A major political setback for President Donald Trump came from a rare bipartisan rebuke from Capitol Hill on June 23rd. The U.S. Senate has passed a war powers resolution directing President Trump to halt ongoing military operations against Iran unless Congress explicitly authorizes them. The vote marks the first war powers measure related to the Iran conflict to clear both chambers of Congress since the war began in February 2026, and it comes at a critical moment. Just as Washington and Tehran are trying to turn a fragile ceasefire into a permanent peace agreement, the resolution had already passed the House of Representatives earlier this month. Now, after clearing the Senate, it sends a powerful political message. Congress wants to reassert its constitutional authority over decisions of war and peace. The measure was introduced by Democratic Senator Tim Kaine, who argued that only Congress has the power to declare war. Supporters say the resolution is necessary to prevent any future escalation with Iran without lawmakers' approval. What makes this vote especially significant is who supported it. 4 Republican senators broke ranks and voted alongside Democrats. Among them were Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Rand Paul, and Bill Cassidy. At the same time, Democratic Senator John Fetterman voted against the measure. The result exposed growing divisions inside both parties over the handling of the Iran conflict. The political pressure has been building for months. The conflict began on February 28th with coordinated U.S. and Israeli strikes against Iran. According to congressional leaders, the war has already cost billions of dollars and claimed the lives of 14 American service members. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer accused the administration of creating what he called maximum confusion, maximum chaos, and maximum cost.
Trump promised to put maximum pressure on Iran, but he ended up delivering maximum confusion, maximum chaos, maximum cost to the American people with his disastrous war. Every second this war continues, the costs to the American people go up, and this is the 10th time Democrats have forced Republicans to vote on a war powers resolution to end the war. Time after time, the vast majority of Senate Republicans sided with Trump and his war instead of the American people. The American people have paid the price for Trump's historic blunder in Iran. It'll go down in the history books as one of the worst foreign policy forays America has ever made, or any country has ever made. It is so ridiculous, costly, with no goals, achieving no goals that Trump set forward, or virtually none.
President Trump did not hide his anger over the Senate vote. In a fiery statement, he accused lawmakers of undermining his negotiating position at a critical moment. Trump claimed Iran was already under intense pressure and willing to make major concessions. He argued that the Senate's move sent the wrong message to Tehran, just as talks were gaining momentum. Calling the vote poorly timed and meaningless, Trump said it had made his job more difficult. He also lashed out at the 4 Republican senators who joined Democrats in supporting the resolution, calling them losers. According to Trump, Iranian negotiators immediately questioned what the vote meant for U.S. policy. Despite the setback, Trump insisted he would continue pursuing his strategy, and he ended with a familiar promise. "I will get it done, one way or the other, because I always get it done." Critics argue that the conflict has stretched U.S. military resources while delivering uncertain strategic gains. The Pentagon is now seeking an additional $80 billion in emergency funding to replenish weapons, missiles, and military stockpiles used during the fighting. That request gives Congress significant leverage over the administration. The vote also comes as Vice President J.D. Vance leads negotiations with Iran, aimed at securing a final peace agreement. Last week's Memorandum of Understanding created a 60-day window for talks on Iran's nuclear program, sanctions relief, and regional security. But even those negotiations have become politically controversial. Some Republicans are strongly opposed to proposals that could provide Iran with economic relief or reconstruction assistance. Reports of a possible $300 billion reconstruction framework have triggered criticism from conservative lawmakers. Meanwhile, the White House argues that the War Powers Resolution itself is unconstitutional and says U.S. forces are not currently engaged in active hostilities, because a ceasefire is in place. Despite the political significance of the vote, the resolution may have little immediate practical effect. Because it was passed as a concurrent resolution, it does not go to the President for signature, and unlike a law passed by Congress, it does not contain an enforcement mechanism. So for now, the vote is largely symbolic. Still, supporters of the resolution insist Congress must retain oversight if fighting resumes. President Trump is now heading to Capitol Hill to meet Republican senators and shore up support for his Iran strategy. For now, the ceasefire remains intact. The negotiations continue, but the battle over who controls America's Iran policy has moved from the battlefield to Congress. And that fight may be far from over.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.